Hello, beautiful earth angels. Welcome to my angel Reiki chats, angel Reiki, angel Reiki lives. Hold on, let me put that up. That, that was funny. I was watching one of my lives for a minute. So I think that's why the volume was on. I was watching a live from 2021. All right, I want to make these short and sweet. Of course, I have so much to share about this, so I'm just going to trust the flow, trust my angels. Of course, I have notes here because I want to stay on target with the timing. So this live about my angel Reiki training is called The Purpose and Power of the Angel Reiki Attunement. And so my name is Jill Kempner, angel coach and author, and the founder of Angel Reiki. I have been in the healing field for almost 3 decades. And I just love talking about this amazing healing modality and that the angels and I created. So again, I'm doing a series of live talking about the different parts of my Angel Reiki training, which is Saturday, February 1st, over Zoom, and it will be recorded. So remember that Reiki is simply unconditional love from source. And how this love is shared and transmitted within the Reiki ray is through sacred symbols and an attunement from master to student. The Angel Reiki Attunement is an energetic alignment and spiritual initiation into the Reiki lineage. You literally become a channel of Reiki's loving light. Hello, welcome. Say hi if you're here. So this is such an important conversation to have because you need to understand that the attunement is the core, because I was thinking about this, before I came on live as I was walking, like it's a core element. It's not a teaching, right? It's a core element of this training and of the whole experience. And so Angel Reiki is an attunement-based energy healing modality and is passed on again from master to student through a sacred initiation process. The Angel Reiki attunement is gentle. It's a loving process where the Reiki master, that would be me, channels Reiki energy and sacred symbols into the students, and that would be you, hands, heart, and chakra channel. The Angel Reiki Attunement is an energetic alignment and spiritual initiation into the Reiki lineage, to the sacred symbols and the archangels of those symbols, which is what makes Angel Reiki unique. The attunement is a permanent imprint, an expansion of your aura and your chakras that allows you to be a channel of Reiki energy. And if you're here live, if you have any questions, let me know. So what I wanted to do was here, so now you kind of have an idea, right, about okay, that's right. We're getting attuned. We're attuning. We're aligning with Reiki's love, Reiki's light, the Reiki ray. So I want to talk about Dr. Yusui, who some people say is, the father of Reiki, the founder of Reiki. And in a way, he is the founder of Reiki because he made the conscious choice to receive that attunement on Mount Karama, which I'm going to tell that just brief little story of his attunement. So Dr. Yusui was a Japanese scholar. He was, some believe, a Christian minister and truly a spiritual seeker. right? And he was seeking enlightenment. What I was reading earlier, because I was kind of refreshing my memory of his story, I know sort of the core of it, was essentially, he was seeking enlightenment. And one of his spiritual teachers said, well, if you want that enlightenment, you have to be prepared to die, right? And the death is not physical death, it's the death of the ego. So, like many spiritual seekers looking for enlightenment, Dr. Yusui was guided to travel to the top of Mount Kurama. And on that mountain, he prayed, he meditated, he fasted to receive, right? To receive healing, to receive enlightenment, to receive divine insights and divine downloads. And he did this for 21 days. So, and that's where a lot of people get like, you need like 21 days before you receive an attunement. And that's a whole thing. Maybe I'll do a whole nother, maybe I'll talk about that a little bit, but you know, show up as you are, right? You're going to receive the attunement to the level you're ready, whatever you're going through. So he kept track of those days with stones. And on the 21st day, this is the story, he received his attunement. And so the story goes that he was in a deep state of meditation and he was very receptive. And he saw a speeding ball of light coming from the heavens towards him. And it was both intriguing and terrifying at the same time, simultaneously. And he knew and felt that he had the free will choice to either receive this ball of light. He didn't know it was a Reiki attunement, of course, or not. And so what did he do? He bravely chose to receive that ball of light, which ended up being the first attunement, this Reiki attunement. And he received this powerful ball of light into his third eye, into the crown. And he saw bubbles of light. He saw colors. He eventually saw the Reiki symbols. And that's why there's a Japanese energy, right, to the sacred symbols. Why the words or the names have a Japanese name, because he was the channel. It came through him. Because he was open, because he was receptive, because he asked, you know, how do I bring healing to myself and others? You know, and all the other amazing, you know, questions and prayers and everything that he had while he was fasting on the mountain. So now we don't have to fast. We don't have to go to a mountain and fast to get these attunements, which was really cool. And unless you're guided to, if you're guided to, then trust that. But it's not a necessity as it was for him to get to that state of consciousness, that state of alignment, that state of awareness, to be open to that. Does that make sense? So, of course, Dr. Yusui went on to share Reiki. There's a whole other story about what happens when he comes down the mountain. I'm not going to share that here because I want to keep this about the attunement. And that was his attunement. And he shared it with Dr. Hayashi, who attuned Mrs. Takata, who brought it to America. And so the good news is your Angel Reiki attunement, it will be very gentle. It's not going to be this crazy ball of light coming from the heavens, or this intense ball of light coming from the heavens. It's much more gentle and refined. And here's what the angels are saying, which is so cool. It meets you where you're at. Reiki has an intelligence of its own. Why? Because it's source love. So it's going to meet you with the most compassion, understanding, respect, honor of where you are on your journey right now. And I just got that download right now while I was teaching it. Say hi if you're here. Welcome. All right. So again, you want to think about the attunement process itself like both a deep meditation as well as this spiritual initiation, this spiritual alignment, this spiritual connection to the Reiki lineage, to the Reiki symbols, to the archangels. It's a time of receptivity, openness, and healing on so many levels. And in my training, we set a very crystal clear intention. Hey, Lauren, welcome. We set a very crystal clear intention that supports the integration of this powerful energetic process. And I make this joke that everything I do, all the admin, all the things I do as a soulpreneur, as an entrepreneur, I've actually been owning my own business since I was 19 years old. So again, I've been in the healing field for 27 years. And everything I do, all the marketing, all the admin, all the money minding, all the, putting myself out there, everything I do is for that attunement process, because that is the most sacred moment in time. So I hope you can feel my, say my passion for it, but just I don't know what it is. It's the honor, the trust of that amazing moment that is just worth all the work. So I hope that resonates. So the attunement, right? It's deeply relaxing, but also stimulating, right? Because we're opening up our chakras. We're opening up our energy body to receive these symbols. And not only the symbols, right? But the archangels connected with the symbols, their power, their potency, their vibration, their medicine. It's a time, the attunement is the time for powerful insights and downloads. It gives you the ability, right? You receive the ability to channel Reiki for yourself and others. After this training, after level 1, you're an Angel Reiki level 1 practitioner. You can start. My goal is that you do it for yourself and that you love your practice so much, you love yourself so much that you do it every day for the rest of your life. And you let it fill you with longevity and vitality and health and well-being and healing. That's my ultimate goal, is it's for you first. Then if you want to share it with others, go for it. Remember that it's a permanent imprint and expansion of your energy body. So the chakras and the secondary palm chakras, right? The heart chakra, of course, right? And then the healing channels of the heart and the secondary palm chakras. So you can give yourself this healing energy. Here's what I like to say: the more attunements, the better. Bring me the Reiki practitioners of the world. Bring me the Reiki masters of the world. I already have 2 Reiki masters in the training. And then I have people who've never taken Reiki. I have all different levels of awareness, levels of experience is the word they were saying. Thank you, angels. With Reiki. So you can be totally brand new to this. If it's your first attunement ever, yes. If it's your 15th attunement, yes. So, oh, thank you. I was like, huh? Sometimes I do talking text and those don't always translate well. So let me say this because I said the more attunements, the better. You only need 1 attunement, okay, to become a channel of Reiki's loving light. That's it. And with that said, the more attunements you receive, the more the channel clears and opens and empowers. So it's just because like you get stronger, right? It's like going from, I don't know, this isn't a great example, but 3G to 5G, right? Because I know there's drama around the 5G. You're getting stronger reception. It's a bigger antenna. It's a bigger satellite, if you will. So you're strengthening that channel with each attunement. So it's so funny. I have clearing baggage around this sacred initiation. So let me name this, right? Your attunement can never wear off. Like it never wears off. It's a permanent imprint into your chakras and aura. But like, even if you don't feel a thing when you get the attunement, right? You still received it. But what I will say is if you don't use it, it's not that you lose it, right? You don't lose it, but the channel is diminished. So the angels were likening this to playing a musical instrument. Let's choose a guitar, right? You play the guitar every day, you're going to get better and better and better, right? If you're committed to that. But if you don't pick up the guitar for like a year, you're going to be a little rusty. So the skill isn't gone. The skill's still there, but it's lessened, right? The energy's still there. The attunement's still there, but it's lessened if you don't keep up with it and you don't use it. My biggest mission is to have you have a spiritual practice that you do every day to bring healing, balance, pain relief, clearing, clarity, divine downloads, angelic support. I could go on. So I was trying to think back to my first Reiki attunement. I'll be honest, I don't remember my first Reiki attunement, which was back in 1999. I was 20 years old. I was in massage school. Well, actually, it's so fascinating because I'm really thinking I took this elective I thought it was all in the midst of that time. It doesn't matter. It was a long time ago, right? And it wasn't until I had many of my own personal experiences, my own personal initiations from the year 2000 to 2006. I had a lot of initiations. I met my soulmate. I bought my first house. I got married. I had my first child. I went to the psych hospital, and I had my dark night of the soul. And it was in that dark night of the soul that I've been talking about as I've been sharing more of my Reiki gifts and energy and medicine and story, that I realized I needed to take better care of myself. I landed in the psych hospital from what nobody really knew. Didn't make sense. The diagnosis I received when I left there didn't make sense. It was just it was a confusing time. And it took years for me to unpack that event and to love myself. And I learned to love myself through it. And one of the ways I did that is by creating a spiritual practice. And Reiki was part of that practice. Yoga, meditation, energy work. So I hope that's helpful. I didn't really understand the power of the attunement until I became a master, right? The power of the sacred process of the sacred attunement. Oh, hi, Michael. Can you say that again in another way? I love your question, but I don't fully understand it. Maybe you misspelled something in there, Lovey. All right, I'm going to make this short and sweet. So, and this doesn't need to be your experience, right? You don't have to have a dark night of the soul to have an attunement. But a lot of people, a lot of earth angels are being drawn to their healing trauma, their healing abuse, their healing chronic pain, their healing autoimmune issues. Oh my gosh, I'm going to do a whole thing. This year, I'm going to be talking a lot about autoimmune issues. I have an autoimmune issue, disease. My mom had one. So I'm going to be talking more about that this year. We're seeking spiritual healing, spiritual relief, spiritual support to help us to navigate that pain, to help us to navigate the darkness, the shadow, the pain body. So I hope that resonates. I think it just can be, you don't need to have like a super traumatic thing happen to you to propel you on the spiritual path. But oftentimes I've found that many earth angels do have something traumatic that they're going through or processing or healing from that leads them towards this powerful tool, this awesome tool. And I did a whole video about what makes Angel Reiki unique. So if you have questions about that, you can check it out. All right. So when I became a Reiki master and began to teach and share about attunements, teach and share attunements with others, that's when I fell in love with the process. The vibration of any attunement is that of deep peace, love, and spacious light. So I just love it. I'd love to share it with you. I would love to be I would love to be your Angel Reiki teacher. Level 1 starts on Saturday, February 1st. It's a 5-hour class from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Time. But don't worry, because it's recorded over Zoom. So if for any reason you can't be there live for part of the training or the whole training, it will be recorded and sent to you, and you'll be able to connect with it on your own time. I will say this, and I'm going to focus this on my actual students who are signing up for the class, but I'll just say this here. There is a boundary on how many times you can receive that attunement. And I'll be very clear to my Angel Reiki students on what that is. So I have a free event on Wednesday, January 29th. It's in the evening, 7 to 8:15 p.m. Central Time. Where I'm going to be sharing Angel Reiki. I'm going to be doing an Angel Reiki demo, and I want to know, what's your why? Why are you interested in Angel Reiki? What brought you here? What drew you here, right? What pain are you healing? And in that offering, I'm going to be picking people who are there and sharing a direct Angel Reiki experience for you. So I'm so excited. And it's not about proving anything. It's about wanting to share my gifts and this medicine with you because it's my passion and I love it so much. And I love empowering people and students and clients to have a healing tool at their fingertips that they can use for physical, emotional, mental, spiritual healing, pain relief, relaxation, clearing, empowerment, so many things. And then the training itself is on, all that information is on my website. I will put the links in the chat so that you have all that information. And like I said, I could talk about this forever. It's such a pleasure and an honor. Viral, V-R-I-L, don't know what that is universal life force energy that permeates all matter and space. Similar to Reiki, it's your life force energy. Opinions on, I've never heard of VRIL. So thank you so much for sharing that with me, Michael. Don't know the difference, but I will tell you this. Reiki is literally Reiki, right? Breaks down this Japanese word into universal life force energy. So thank you for asking that. That's a beautiful question. If you have more questions, you can email me directly. Thank you so much. All right. I hope I answered your question about what's an attunement. I hope I helped you understand the purpose and power of an Angel Reiki attunement. Feel free to ask me questions. Feel free to join me on Wednesday, January 29th for that free event. And yeah, enrollment is open for Angel Reiki Level 1. I can't wait to get started. Today, right now we have 10 beautiful students, 10 beautiful Earth Angels. We're ready to say yes to this. And yeah, we're ready to have some more students join us. So feel free to ask questions. I hope you have a beautiful weekend and I'll see you soon. Mwah. Namaste and love. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Lauren. Thanks, Michael. Namaste.